I'm going to tell you what the problem is with chicks, as anything said jinx, thinking they run the shots, they're calling the shots, they're top whore, their cunt runs everything, and they have hubris issues like hubris pride. They think they're the big top dykes, and choosing and picking's good. And they also might be in the industry doing some filming or whatever, or hot on a dating site. And they come along green-eyed when their eyes are attracted to something that's green, you know, like money, or there might be a blaster boy, Sonny, out there doing a show. And here they are, they see, hey, this guy might be loaded, right? And then they come along trying to talk to old Sonny like they're sucking his cock. Same thing, they're pushing in, trying to get to know him. And then they try to get arrogant like they know something that they're talking about, but they prove they don't know at all. And they're also wrong. And old Bop here is Sonny tells him something. He makes a claim about something they're doing, and tells him, yeah, the party won't last forever and you won't have friends forever. And next thing you know, the chick is butthurt and she's offended and she's taking something the wrong way. She also thinks she's controlling everything. She's not even there. She ends up, same thing, making claims that are false. And then she's taking the Bop'Z after because she was the one that's wrong. And same thing, next thing you know, it's one of these chicks. She's been tossed out by a big bet, or she's blew her money, clubbing. And then they have to go back and tell her pimp there, or her masters, or her boyfriend, same thing. It could even be their husband, and they blew all the money. Same thing, it could be with the guy. He went out gambling, blew all the money, because a lot of these chicks are tempted way too easy, like lightweights, and they can't hold themselves back. They go over their limit. Next thing you know, they're shamming and blaming everyone. They think the guy is easier to kill too, as the Sonny, and he's got him on almost every bet. They claimed he was wrong, but they were wrong. That's the funny thing. And they were just stuck one-sided and said, oh, they never heard of that, and kind of took it lightly. And same thing, it's a chick that's got a baller boy after, and now Sonny's just in to burn them, and she's rubbing it green-eyed and shaking her ass on the blaster there. Next thing you know, she's whiting out. All her accounts are in the shredders. Same thing, because she pissed someone off, stealing too. That's the funny thing, the devil knows, because Sonny was right in there. She was saying, steal, do this. It only takes $1,000 to meet me. And Sonny by then was just kind of snaring her in, just kind of going with the nature of it too. All by limit. Sonny doesn't have $1,000. That's a funny thing. Sonny's limited, and same thing, they're pushing like he's rich, but he's actually squeezed out. He doesn't know a lot of these guys either. Maybe talk to 5 minutes, a lot of them for 5 minutes at the show, like Obi. Same thing, a guy shows up, yeah, he's a promoter and he has a big list, but a lot of people are jealous too, and they know, and they've squeezed him out, and they got haters there from before at his back because they knew him. Same thing when he's tossed out. These are chicks that go to bars too, and then they try to start arguments after, but they don't get the reaction they want. Same thing with the guys there, like Mac or whatever, the toss outs there, the kind of the generic brand that came in there ripping people off. Same thing, they want the guy tossed out because they want the spot. Also wrong. And their homie there ended up tossed out at the end too. And same thing by a guy that's already squeezed out, and they're trying to push in and kind of trying to get him going. But they use old army boy there to do the damage. Same thing, because someone's roiding out, freaking out, They think they have rights to do this and that, and the guy's there shaming and blaming his movement. But same thing, he's squeezed out. He's talking to people too. He's not just stupid, as in me, not just stupid, you know, talking to others, same thing, talking with the dykes partying. And that's where the dyke took a hit because she thought she's the best as the jinx there. And they'll find out in that bet too. They'll see there's a lot of other hotter dykes the old boy was partying over the years. Same thing, just kind of slip in. It might be a school party or whatever. It's not just what she said and said. And she's taken a loss. And also seeing she was wrong by then, she freaked out. She got frustrated and refused to believe it, even though seeing it and knowing better, she still freaked out and said, I'm going to do this and that, and started belittling and playing with the fire too. But the funny thing is, she's wrong and she's playing with the fire, with the power nap blaster by then. So it's just heating her up, and he's all made just to burn them. And the chick is taking the burn. She's taking the fucking bop. She's fucking dog fucking even after. She's trying to get revenge. She's trying to make the guy more jealous. So he's goes in and freaks out, and she thinks she's getting more attention. Watch out, because they were diddling the old red devil, Sonny there too. And they're also wrong, taking the bobs. Next thing you know, Sonny's been squeezed out. The right ain't with the wrong. Same thing, the gods want you to be alone for a certain reason, because the other class isn't picking up on it. It's they're kind of set in their own ways, and things are changing. As an influencer, you're going to see your way above people, and they're just kind of whiting out. They hear it. They say, there's a lot more to it than that too. And then they think it's just over. Same thing, you're not going to do this and that, and you're just going to flop out at 30. And next thing you know, Sonny's on the blaster. He's got another bag. You know, it's in solid. And they're still trying to compare because they can't figure nothing out. They're just materially arrogant by then and have hubris issues. In solid doesn't mean you're the best or you're the richest. It means you're in more solid. And pretty much whatever comes along, even they're trying to uproot someone out the show, and it's just squeezed out. They don't prove nothing anyways. And the guy's in solid, that doesn't mean 60 million, right? Doesn't mean go all out like the chick there or a guy, and then they get tossed out because they want to get out and party. Next thing you know, they're hooked into something and they lost a lot of money. That's where the chick keeps ending up. And she's not able to come back after picking and choosing like that, because all the other guys know too, like a big cock comes around, because by then she's trying to flare up the fear game too, hiding from the guy, the Sonny she was wrong with on the blaster, and watch out, he might have big guys with him and stuff, and army boys. Same thing, they're freaking out. They think they hold rights too, but the chick is a coward at the back still. And squeezed out. She knows she can't face the guy because she's a jackass and looking wrong. Her cunt becomes like a jinx. Every cock that touches it is jinxed, like a witch in her fucking shredding. And she ran into a big buck, and now he's after her in the fucking horrors of war there. And she's the one that's in the shredders now. Big boy's in more solid. Even though she was boasting and trying to rub others greener eye with the baller boy there, same thing. All they know with jinx is it just takes one big black hawk and she's tossed out partying, looking for a new change, and she thinks she's found love with her lust. After she's not satisfied, or same thing, she's getting bored of the guy, used to the guy, quarrels are coming in. Same thing, because with her, she thinks she's running it all, and there's control issues. And next thing you know, she's out, she's trying to backstab the guy too, and gets tossed out in debt and snared. And the chick didn't get anywhere too, and she's looking for money. She's desperate to shoot. The industry's shut down now. The old devil's burning them. Same thing, they don't even need them. And Diana is taking the bops, but she's the one that's riding the heat. Jinx is just kind of in the shredders. Same thing, it's because she didn't steal. and try to flare someone up. But she still jumped into a mating issue with the old devil, and he's burning them, and their relationships are ending too very quick. And there he is to laugh, and he said, they didn't even last as long as Thor there fucking hammer fucking them, right? So that's another chick too. She's to the point she's flared up and disturbed one of these Sonnies when he sees them. Just like fucking Zuckerberg, that's another person that's gonna get the fucking hammer fist too if I ever fucking run into them in the jungle and they show up and they think they're confronting something. Mouth hammer fist fucked by a fucking deadly fucking hammer. Same thing, and they've been dragged into the jinx too, all out of lust. You're gonna see the cunt is very jealous and it's not running at all. And cowards think they have a reason to backstab. It's another one of these chicks that just can't be controlled. She'd have to be very tight on her and burn her ass too. Because same thing, they think they're running the shots, they're not, and they're losing bets and taking bops. That's how they're getting away with it. And then the hoes in jail, same thing, because she got disorderly, walked in, they're whiteouts too. They're not above no fucking intelligent levels. That's a fine thing. They stay whores. Even the smart ones too. Watch when they're up against the Big Bang, and the big bang just hit. Same thing. They're just in the heat of it now, and it's a big one. That's a fine thing. And the whore's already tapped out. She's butthurt, jealous. She's set in stone by a greener-eyed monster. They flared up too, and that's what's wrong with the whores now. They get the pick and choose. They're just tossed out, and there's guys ready to egg it on. Same thing, and they don't get anywhere. Their progress gets stopped, and now there's a big old devil at their back, and they're in the deadlock. Same thing, and they try to jump up to someone after boasting they're better, and it turned out they weren't better. Just because they went out of the devil's rules in the frame of limits, and same thing, they lose control in their limits, and they think they can do this and that, and speed, watch out, because you're not going to get away with just blasting through all the time. That's why there is limits here. And the rest are faulty comparison, because watch out, there'll be a guy trying to push, and he just wants your shit. He doesn't give a fuck. You got 30, 40 grand on Bitcoin, right? He doesn't give a fuck. He just wants a little money. And you're going to see guys come around and say, that's it. They're big shots. Be lucky you're in solid and you know the difference from just being tossed out. When you're walking on eggshells and inflation's getting up too and it's picking up speed, they're going to be putting all kinds of pressure and force in. A lot of it's their own grudges too, and their own friction they fall in, their own upheaval. Same thing, they're causing too much upheaval in relationships, and out on the streets, next thing you know, you're tossed out, you're butthurt. She's the most butthurt cunt in the world because she's lost the claims and the bets too, thinking she was right. But the guy that's right is the inventor. He's an influencer too. He's kind of with the rebels on it. They're flaring it up. And they're wrong because they don't have the mindset to do this either. They lose their bets. They're one-sided. They think that's just it. The guys doing it are kind of like the devils and the Sonnies making the sure bet. They know they're not going to make a bet they lose all this money to. That's a fine thing. And they're going to, even if it's small, they're going to want to do it if it's small and go up fast too. And not just throw all the weight into once, because that's how you get tossed out like the old jinx cunt there, deep in her shredding. It's always how it starts. Material hubris and arrogance. And next thing you know, you're being tossed out. It wasn't the one. Try harder next time. Keeping solid.